3, 4. I came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. I set a course for sights unseen, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the mystery ship, and all the sailors here are really here. There isn't any cost of membership. All that you gotta do is join our trip. Yeah, I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard this trip. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it upon the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship.
Little bit of a throwback there for you. A little step back in time.
Well, it is dark 30. You can tell because it's 5:14 in the morning and I still glow like Santa Claus. Seriously, I am sunburned like never before. And the weird thing is you look on the underside of my arm and it's totally white. I look like two different people. My sister in Los Angeles put me up for the night, and I went to leave. I went to make a cup of coffee. I opened up her kitchen door and walked inside where her two dogs asleep, and one of the dogs had barfed, and I stepped right in it in the dark and did the splits. I don't do the splits very well. I threw those socks away and found the light switch. Very carefully made myself a cup of coffee. And it's time for me to hit the road. A huge thank you to my sister and brother-in-law. And I took my nephew, Matt, for a ride on the Harley last night. In fact, I tried to teach him how to ride it, and he got it. Really impressive. He understands the mechanics of it. But it's an awfully big bike to learn how to ride in the dark on a tiny street. So we'll try again next time. He did drive it, though. He did drive it. So time for me to go. Aloha. 5:12. I'm down the road.
Okay, I'm just gassed up at the bottom of the grapevine. I'm on my way home.
Anyone who has driven up and down the I-5 corridor has undoubtedly seen this place. It's called Anderson's Split Pea. It's actually called Split Pea Anderson's. That is the name of it. Famous for its windmill. It is here in Santa Nella, and I have been coming here for going on 50 years. They always have the best food ever, and I always look forward to stopping here. Plus, they make their own and can their own pea soup. So, you get the opportunity, absolutely drop in to this wonderful place and support them. It was funny. I just when I went inside and talked to the hostess, I said, "Oh, the windmill doesn't work anymore, huh? It's broken." She goes, "Oh no, I had turned it off. I forgot. I'll turn it back on again." I go, "Yeah, because when I came driving in, I mean, you can see the windmill off the freeway, and I was worried it didn't work anymore, but it worked. It works just fine." So come on in and tell them Zoso said to eat here. It is 2:17 p.m. and I have 3 hours and 20 minutes to go to my front door. That would mean a personal best if I can keep up this pace. I've been able to do 90 and 100 most of the way. However, I am starting to see some CHPs, so keep your fingers crossed. Zoe doesn't need any more tickets. Well, this is it, boys and girls. The last fill-up of the entire trip. I am in Reading, which is about 2.5 hours from my house. This is the last fill-up of the entire 3-week period. I want to thank everybody who has helped me out throughout. Couldn't have done it without you. So many people. Cosmic Grandpa, Batman, Beach Bummin' Mermaid, Due Diligence, Girl Patriot, All of you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day.
This feels like a reward after being on the road for 3.5 weeks. I can tell I'm close to home by the green trees.
Well, that brings us right to the present, folks. Where's my cursor? Cursus. Cursus, my cursor. How are you all doing? And it has been so long since I broadcast here from my home. I have to tell you, I kind of forgot how. Wait, there's something missing. Why am I so dark? Why am I so dark? I've got this beautiful shirt to show you. Look at this. Look at this. Courtesy of my brother, the Batman. I freaking love this thing. It is so awesome. A ship nearing the edge of the world. And that's where we are each and every week on the mystery ship, nearing the edge of the world. Ah, yes. I got to say my hellos to the wonderful people who are hanging out. Holy smokes. Girl Patriot, thank you, darling, for putting me up. Due Diligence, you were amazing as I was going across the road. Thank you so much. My brother Belush, got to spend the night with him on his island. His island dream. He's got it all over Gilligan, I promise you. Duppy, how you doing? Great to see you. Great to see you, my friend. Revenge Deutsche, Artist 61. And Crazy Chuck with a K. So sorry I didn't get to drop in on you guys. It was this close. It was this dang close. Man. Victoria Lee, how are you doing, darling? Wonderful to see you. Look at all these folks hanging out at Pilled Foxhole. Just amazing. Amazing. Safety Net, she says she has eaten at Split P Anderson's. Oh, lovely place. It really is a lovely place. Thank you to everybody who is, wow, people are freaking dropping gold pills like there's no tomorrow. You'd swear I haven't been on the air in a month. Great to see everybody. Thank you for hanging out over there at the Foxhole. The Foxhole. Let's take a look. Let's take a look over at the Tube, because I am live. I am live at the Tube right now. Oh, man, we got people. Rain Cry, how you doing? Gloria Paddock, wonderful to see you. Good to see you, kiddo. Our Charlie in the house. You made it, girl. You made it. Good to see you. CB's daughter. Another one I would have just absolutely loved to have met. If I had one more extra day, just one more day, I could have pulled that off. But alas, it was not to be. It was not to be. I tried. I'm not kidding you. I tried. The last 4 days for me on the road were just absolutely, it was just balls out. I mean, whew, Pensacola to Houston, Houston to San Antonio to Las Cruces to Phoenix, and then Phoenix to L.A., and then finally L.A. to home, which was the big wazoo. That was a 11 hours straight on the motorcycle, 11 and a half hours actually. But it was worth every minute. Great to see you guys over there. Let's see if anybody is hanging out at Rumble. We've got Rumblers. John Otter, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And you others over there, I salute you. Thank you for being along for the ride over there. Let's go to the marvelous folks that are hanging out. Yes, they are. At D Live. I love these folks. Budley, what is going on, my man? Ah, yes. Yes, indeed. Cosmac, great to see you, buddy. Great to see you. Syllabore in the house. Thank you for your help along the way, my man. Cosmac, thank you, my brother. Extraordinary, extraordinary. Dandy 002, good to see you. Just fantastic. Spudley coming in with some lemon love there. Whoa. Ice cream. Wow, they changed. Wow, everything changed while I was gone. Look at D-Live. I don't even recognize it. What is this paper crane thing? What is that all about? Rose forever? Drum beat? Wow, I guess they're trying to keep up with the foxhole. That's what they're trying to do. And there's more. Wow. Supercar, private jet, fireworks. What is going on around here? That's crazy. I don't even recognize D-Live. Bad Zoot. How are you doing, little lady? Great to see you. Great to see you. Hope you're doing wonderfully. Hope all is good in Indiana. Wow. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. I don't want to miss anybody over there. Going scrolling all the way back. Lynn Winters is in the house over there. Wow. What a great crowd. Great to see you all. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It was, oh, folks, it is so dang good to be home. I have to say, on Monday night, when I rolled in the door, I got here about 5:45. And I was, spent. Absolutely spent. I walked in, I took off my boots, I laid down on the bed. Mrs. O was in the process of making a spaghetti dinner, and she was right down to she was just making the garlic bread. And I said, honey, I need a little time. And I laid down, and I was out within 5 minutes. She gently woke me about, I don't know, half hour later and said, are you ready to eat? And filled me up, and back to bed I went. Back to bed I went. Duppy, you are correct. Just so you know, there are 2 Anderson's locations. The one off of I-5 is in Santanella, but there's another one in Buellton, which is off of the 101, very, very close to the, is it a Dutch colony? Solvang? Down where they have all of the butter cookies and all. Solvang is an entire Dutch community in California that is something. In fact, I've wanted to go to Solvang and show it to you guys. Maybe next year I'll have the excuse to take the coast route home and do it that way, because there's so many great things to see on the California coast, from the redwoods to the, oh my God, there's so much. But you're right, Duppy. There is indeed a Anderson split pea there, right off the 101. Right off the 101. Thanks again, seriously, to everybody who's helped me out along the road. You guys really made the difference. This year was tough. I normally, when I go on my cross-country run, I do it in 4 weeks. And this year, due to certain time constraints at my job, I just wasn't able to tack on that 4th week. And next year, when I go, I promise you, I will do the 4th week. And the simple reason is that in the past 3 weeks, 3 weeks and 3 days, I drove 9,654 miles in 24 days. That's a lot of miles on a motorcycle. Completely. What I have learned to do in the past is 3 hard days, take a day off. 3 more days, take a day off. You've got to rest, because the whole time you are riding on a motorcycle, you are looking left and looking right and just waiting for that next car to bump into you, or the next deer or pronghorned antelope or buffalo. I saw them all. I saw all of them out there, and it was magnificent. I got very lucky in that I took, is it Highway 20? Highway 20 from Boise clear deep into Nebraska. This is just a little two-lane highway where you see another car like once every 45 minutes. So that part was good. The bad part is doing 110 because you're on a straightaway. Just if there's anything that I love simply hauling ass on a motorcycle. It's the closest I'll ever get to feeling like Superman, that I was joking with some people that I met. I said, if my guardian angel is coming along, he's definitely hanging on to the back of my touring pack, and just he's going horizontal off of the back because I found out that my motorcycle tops out. It tops out at 123. I was also saddened to find out that my cruise control, I can't set it for any more than 94. I have to look into that and see if it can be adjusted to pick it up a little bit because, there are certain times when there's just nothing out there. Tumbleweeds, a few bison, perhaps a bovine here and there, and you just want to open it up. You feel the need for speed, and I did, and I loved it. I saw some of the most lush green. Boy, if you've ever concerned yourselves with thinking that we are overpopulated here in the United States, far from it, people. I spent 3 weeks taking all of the back roads, and I'm telling you, I saw so much empty land, it wasn't funny. I had the opportunity to go through some incredible cotton fields down in Georgia, and I was so excited by them. Really, I'm sure to the people down south, the cotton field is no big deal, but to a Yankee like myself, seeing cotton just growing in the fields is most unusual. And the cotton was all getting ripe. Those little pods had burst, and I couldn't take it any longer. I pulled over and I picked some cotton. Yes, these are cotton picking hands right here. I saved it. I have it it's actually it's in the back of my motorcycle. I still haven't completely unpacked. I got home so late on Monday, and I had to get up at 3:45 Tuesday morning that this whole week has been a blur. And then the minute I get back to work, the first thing I have to do is assess where the job is at. How come we're not further along? Why did we do this? Why did we do that? How come we're not here? How come it's been a serious couple of days. But it is wonderful. It is wonderful to be home, and I have to say, Mrs. Zoe she has this way of making you feel right at home. I have to chuckle when I got in here to my studio. One of the things that Mrs. Zoe does at her job, she is a life enrichment coordinator at an assisted living place. They've got, memory care and all that stuff, but she runs she makes their lives, she enriches their lives. She brings in musicians, she takes them places, alpaca farms, and to the beach, balloon festivals. She hauls them all around on the bus and does arts and crafts with them and plays games with them and all kinds of fun stuff. She keeps their life fun and amusing. But one of the things that she is particularly good at is every Christmas, every Halloween, she decorates their buildings to the point where she has gotten accolades from the higher-ups in the company saying, "This is the most spectacular-looking facility we have. You've done an extraordinary job." When I came out here tonight, I thought for a minute that she came out and decorated because, not having been here for a month, this entire everything, my microphone, there's probably still pieces of it, everything was covered in spider webs. Everything was covered in spider webs. Big time. I I didn't think the spider was going to let me near the mic. I really didn't. I had some wonderful rendezvous with some fabulous people. It's always fun to meet more and more people. I met some Franklies. I met a whole bunch of people from, well, Build Foxhole, YouTubers. I met them all. Rumblers. I had a great, great time. So many wonderful folks opened up their homes to me and said, "Zo, here you go." I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Cosmic Grandpa gave me my clock. And folks, wait until you see this thing. I mean, I know he's shown his on his channel, but for me, this is the most exciting thing I've ever seen. In fact, I'm going to film it. It's what happened is it took up so much space. I had to ship it home. I couldn't drive around with it for another 2 weeks. It wouldn't have worked out. So I went to one of those pack and ship joints, and I wrapped it all in bubble wrap, and I shipped them home. There were 2 clocks, if you recall, mine and the one that he made for Prayer Warrior Girl. Now, Prayer Warrior Girl has very generously decided to donate her clock to Due Diligence. Due is just a stand-up gentleman. He is, words can't really tell you how extraordinary of a man he really is. He's done so much for so many, and she wanted to let him know how much she appreciates him, so she's giving him this fancy clock. And believe me, this is a Zoso Dude clock like you have never. It's a color organ. It dances to music. It automatically sets itself to the atomic clock in Colorado, so when there's a time change, you don't have to do anything. You wake up and your clock has already adjusted itself. There's a myriad of colors. I mean, if you were on a mushroom trip and you just stared at this clock, man, you would go somewhere. You would probably see God. That's how phenomenal this clock. I'm so excited. It's still sitting in the box. I haven't had time to open the box. It's just been work, and a little more work. But this weekend, I'm going to crack that sucker open and pack up Due Diligences and get it off to him in the mail. And then we'll just have to pester Cosmac for. He says it right there. I guess I better get those instructions finished. I just recently learned that Cosmac wrote a program and created an app that I'm going to have to download on my phone so that I can operate my clock. That's how extraordinary this thing is. Just amazing. I'm really, really excited about it. Cosmac, it was great to see you again, man. I'm sorry I dropped in at 8:30 on a Sunday night. Crazy. Thank you for welcoming me into your home. It was good to see you, man. Really good to see you. And wow, so many great people, so many great stories. One of the favorite things for me. Let me see if I can augment this broadcast by playing a little content for you. Let me see if I can. Where's my most recent videos? Bear with me for just a second. We're going backwards in time. Let's go back. Okay. Yes, it's going to be in this one right here. Let's see if I can find this. And let's see if I can play a piece of it for you. Good. There it is. Let me put this on the screen for you. That's where I said goodbye to the Batman. I went over the Verrazano Bridge. Yes, here we go. I want to show you right here. Let me put this on the screen, and we'll go from there. This is when I went to Philadelphia. Philadelphia.
But it's cool. Good company. So when you get to downtown Philly, and there's the Independence Hall right across the street. Literally across the street is this building. If you look inside, I'll take you in a second. There it is. The Liberty Bell. That is one big sumbitch, let me tell you. Wow. We'll go see it in person in a second. Well, there it is, boys and girls. The Liberty Bell. There's some still. Sorry, didn't mean to dive in front of you there. Let freedom ring, baby.
So yes, that is the Liberty Bell, and it is. It resides. Where am I? Where's my freaking camera? So the Liberty Bell now resides in its own building. That has changed. I mean, years ago when I was a little boy, it was just out in the open. It was under a roof, but you could walk up and touch it and stick your fingers in the crack and all that. No more. No more. It is in a building that is. In order to enter the building, it is very much like getting on an airplane. I had to check my bag. I have a large bag that I carry so much stuff with me that I can't fit it all in the 3 compartments of my motorcycle. So I have a 4th bag. And unfortunately, I just couldn't leave it on the back of my seat. If somebody took it, I wouldn't have any underwear for the rest of the trip. So I'm carrying this bag all around Philly, and I get into the Liberty Bell building, and I walk up, and there's a conveyor belt, and it's exactly like at the airport. The only thing I didn't have to do was take my shoes off, but I shoved my bag through the screening tube, and then, did you empty all your pockets? There's this old black lady, very nice lady, but she's in charge of the whole thing. Probably, I don't know what she was, but she was an older black woman, and she was the boss. There's no question she was the boss. So, did you get everything out of your pockets? Are you sure? Your wallet? Oh, my wallet. Yeah, put it in the little dish and shove it on through. So I get all my stuff through, and I gather it all up, and then I have to go through this screening station, just like at the airport. And as I walk through, man, the bells and whistles go off because I have a complete, steel shoulder now, down into my arm, and a big old ball in my shoulder. And I said, "You got your paddle, honey? Just run the paddle over my shoulder." I showed her my scar, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, I guess okay." She goes, "One more thing now. Lift up your pant legs." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "I need to see your shoes." So I lift up my pant legs, and she gets her first really good look at my red, white, and blue boots, my Stars and Stripes boots. And she looks up, and she smiles at me, and she goes, "Oh, honey, you just go right on in." So it was perfect. It was perfect. She was very cute. "Oh, honey, you just go right on in." She knew I wasn't going to blow the place up. I'm too red, white, and blue for that. It was really an amazing thing to see. And then, of course, I did make it to the Rocky Stairs. Did I show you that? Okay. If I was a real broadcaster, I would have the music queued up already, you know? Boom, boom.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Whoop. Run that red
I ran a red light right there.
Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Yes, at this. Look at this. This is better than. Now this is a rest stop, people. You better not drop it, I was going to say.
So, yes, every now and then I would take in a rest stop, and I was very, very excited to find out that they had an ice cream machine there. It was one of those days where I could have had one of everything, to be honest with you. It was a lot of fun. There are certain states that really surprised me. Maryland, very clean, very nice place. I had a wonderful time hanging out with Awakened Mom and her husband, Carrie. We went for a motorcycle ride together. In fact, I think it's on this, isn't it? Nope. No, it's in the next video. The next video. You'll have to go and watch that. Such a cool lady, and the three of us. Yeah, you know, it's an amazing thing when like-minded people get together, because you can just stay up all night talking about all kinds of things, and everybody gets it. You know, there's no pretension. There's no, God, maybe I shouldn't say this. I felt so at ease. I could have said anything, and they would have simply accepted me for who I am, regardless. And they did. In fact, we had such a great ride and stuff the next day. We got up and had coffee that morning. She took the day off of work, and we went for a ride. And I learned later that it had been over 5 years since the two of them went riding on his motorcycle. And if you look in their house, there are photographs all over the place of a very, very young Awakened Mom and a very young Carrie on his bike. They were bikers. They rode all over everywhere. And, you know, life sometimes just kind of gets in the way. You end up working too much, and he's had, over the past 5 years or so, he's had several health problems that were pretty scary at times. He's doing wonderfully now, and really just a great dude. We went for a nice long hour and a half ride way out in the country. I couldn't believe how far we rode, because we kind of took the freeway back, and it surprised me how deep into the Maryland countryside we rolled. But we saw fields of sunflowers. I mean, the biggest field. It looked like the Wizard of Oz when they're going through the poppies. That's what it looked like. That's really what it looked like. It was amazing. So we stopped, just like the Bob Seger song says, 12 hours out of Mackinac City, stopped in a bar to have a brew. Well, we stopped in a little bar to have a brew, and got to talking, and they said, hey, we want you to spend another night. I'm like, what? Yeah, spend another night. We don't want you to leave. We'll go back. We'll have dinner. Just shower in the morning, and you could take off from there. And actually, I'm very glad that I did. I had wanted to press on, but I'm glad it worked out exactly the way it did. And from there, I met up with just a number of great people. Some Franklies, really great chick she goes by the name of Shotzi. Her name is Erin. She's a diehard Frankly. She was at the Jamboree, which was a lot of fun. This woman has got a house on a lake with boats and sea-doos and fishing, one of those pontoon things, and oh my goodness. I told her next year I'm coming back with a fishing pole, and I'm spending the day fishing. It was that cool. Dusty Blue, how you doing? Good to see you. James Warback, what's going on? Joey D, what is going on, my friend? Great to see you. John Otter snuck in over there. Wow. CB says cotton gins are everywhere in southeast Missouri. Are they really? Interesting. I was amazed by how much cotton I saw. And, when you go to pick that stuff, when you go to pick cotton, it really does kind of stab your hands a little bit. There's some very sharp little thorns associated with picking cotton. So I have a newfound respect for any of those cotton pickers. I'm a cotton picker. These are cotton picking hands. I should go get that cotton. When I play my video, I'm gonna run out and I'll grab the what do you call a little bulb of cotton? Is there a name for it? Anyway, so cool. The softest cotton I've ever felt in my life. It's so cushy and there's no rayon or it's never been sanforized or it's fresh cotton. So cool. So freaking cool. I wound up I was so pressed for time. I did not get to go down into the peninsula of Florida as I had originally anticipated. I want so badly to just run the coast route on that peninsula. I want to take the beach road down from Daytona all the way down to Homestead and then turn the corner, come back up past Naples and up into, Tampa Bay and then continue on past Panorama City and go out towards Pensacola. I really want to say that I've done that, and I will do that. I mean, there's so many great friends down there. Azure Sky is down there. The Doodah Man is down there. Oh my God, there's so many friends in and around Florida. It's amazing, and dang it, I'm going to take that fourth week next week because one of the most disappointing things for me is I got to stop in South Carolina and see my soon-to-be 90-year-old mother, and I got to spend one day with her, one day and one evening, and it's just not right. I can't do that to my mother. She deserves at least 3 days of my time. So I'm going to change my plans next year. I'm just going to take 4 weeks, period. Has to be like that. It has to be that way. That's the only way you get to spend time with your friends. But it was lovely to see a lot of people. I greased a lot of people. I gave away all my T-shirts. I gave away all the mugs that I brought with me. I was so sad. I broke a couple of the mugs in the motorcycle. If there's the next thing I need to do to fix up that motor, I need some air shocks. That bike does not have air shocks, whereas my other one does. Peggy has air shocks. In fact, yeah, I don't know. But bottom line is, you learn something every year if you pay attention. But it was really amazing to think this is the 6th time I have done this. And I get so excited, especially when it's like 2 months out and then, 1 month out. And then, oh man, in a week, I'm going to be taking off. And then it's over before you know it. I mean, 3 weeks went by like greased lightning. There were so many other people that I could have met. People reached out to me and said, "Zo, come on down. Come and see me." Crazy Chuck with a K, Artist 61. She said, "Zo, if you come up this way, there's a bridge that takes you over. You can get over into Buffalo and just cut across New York that way." And that is, up there is the most beautiful part of New York. So I need to do those things next year. I really do. I need to get out and about and see the world. That's the whole reason I do this. It's not to race around it and see how many miles I can do in as few days as possible. I really need to make more of a spectacle of this thing than just a pit stop. A quick pit stop here and a quick pit stop there. All right, I'm going to play a little video here. I'm going to play a little video. And when we come back, I've got some more stories and more videos to share with you. And we'll do that.
Why do we sail?
Right on the other side of this video. Right here. This is your chance. This is your chance, folks. You want to have a gaping Zarge? Take the dog out? Do all those things you need to do? You've got like 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes to be back, and then the show will reconvene with or without you. Let's roll. Let's rumble.
Why do we sail upon the mystery ship? 'Cause we never know where we'll go next.
Anybody have any nostalgic flashbacks during that little playback? There's so many things in there. If you just look at those pictures one at a time, you know, Deborah Harry is a Playboy bunny, and oh my goodness, Alice Cooper hanging out with Colonel Harlan Sanders. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Man, I wonder what they talked about. Seriously. Now, I want to take this moment just to thank all of the wonderful people who support the show, who hang out with us regularly, and who make the show what it is. The people who call in, the people who, you know, turn this thing into the show that it is. This is our show. This isn't my show. This is our show. And that's why I spend the summers riding around meeting the people from all of the other shows. You know, I met 2 of the 3 beer men this year. 2 of the 3 beer men this year. I was trying to figure out a way when I got back to L.A. to go and see Norm so that I could say, I saw all 3 of them in one trip. I just was so short on time. But one of the most spectacular and very fortunate things that happened to me was I left Girl Patriot's house, and believe me, this woman, this little Italian woman, she made this extraordinary dinner. I mean, it was amazing. homemade chicken pot pie right out of the oven. And I felt so badly because I showed up so late. We didn't get to sit down and eat dinner till like 9 o'clock. They were so patient with me, so wonderful. It just gave me my own room, and oh man, it was wonderful of her. The next morning, she woke up and she goes, "Zoe, how about some sausage and peppers and eggs for breakfast?" Which, I mean, that makes a little Italian boy's heart jump for joy. And she made a batch, and it was delicious, delicious, absolutely phenomenal. I I loved every minute of it. So I leave San Antonio, and I'm headed to go see a really good friend of mine, Bill Plum. This guy has been a friend of mine for 25 years. And it's been a while since I've seen him. It probably been like we were trying to figure it out. Maybe 10, possibly 12 years since I saw him last. And it was the first time I actually made it to his home. But I got within. I'm going across Louisiana, and I'm heading to Houston. So I'm an hour and a half from Houston, and it's like, man, it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, and there was a lightning storm, thunder, lightning, and rain. Man, it was awesome to behold, but it was brutal to be in, just brutal. I'm following behind this truck, and the rain is coming down so profusely that the only thing I could make out on that truck were its lights across the top. And if they lit up, I knew to stop, and I couldn't see anything from the haze and probably very stupid of me to be out riding in that stuff. It was coming down so badly. And then the lightning literally striking in the fields to my left and to the right of me. It was unbelievable. I get a short break in the weather, and the timing was perfect because I needed gas, and I pull into this last little tiny little town in the corner of Louisiana. I found out the next morning that I was like 3 miles from the Texas border, but I couldn't make it. The rain was this thunder and lightning. It was just brutal. I get up the next morning and I ride to Houston, and I hang out with Bill for a few beers, and then I get back on my bike and I make my way over to San Antonio, and it was wonderful. So when I left Girl Patriots, I headed for Phoenix, and as I'm riding along, I'm hearing on the radio that the Charlie Kirk Memorial is going to be that Sunday, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm arriving Saturday night in Phoenix. They said on the radio where to register, so I pulled over and I got on the website and I registered. So I knew I was going in. And I hung out with another dear friend of mine, a guy who has been my best friend since we were 22, 23 years old, Tom Ruffin, just a great human being and one of the best guys I freaking know. And we had a wonderful night together. They took me out to dinner, and we had a great time. The next morning, I get up at the crack, and I head into the Charlie Kirk thing. So I've charged up both of my phones, and I start broadcasting live as I'm walking in. And I get there, and I find out that the thing is they were expecting 100,000 people. They got more like 180,000 people. So when I got there, there was just people walking in every direction all over. The thing that was so infuriating for me is I can see the stadium. I'm up on the freeway, and I see the stadium, and a small fact that you probably didn't know about your brother Zoe is when you go to that stadium, right across from that stadium, in the same plaza, is a Margaritaville, a Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville restaurant that yours truly worked on 15 years ago. So I know the area. I know the complex. I know how to get in. I know the area. So I can't get off the freeway. Every single freeway off ramp all around that stadium, 12 off ramps in a row, are all coned off, and there's a Border Patrol, Arizona Highway Patrol parked sideways, ensuring that nobody goes down that off ramp. So after the first 5 or 6, I'm perplexed. After the 7th or 8th, I'm irritated. By the 9th blocked off ramp, I ran in between the cones, and I pulled right up to that stater's door, and he rolled his window down. I go, "Officer, look, man, I'm pre-registered for this thing. How the hell do we get in there? You guys have every single off-ramp blocked. What are we supposed to do?" He goes, "I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Just get back on the freeway. Keep driving until you get to the first off-ramp that isn't closed." Well, amazingly, I drove another 5, 6 off-ramps, and just as I got to this off-ramp that was open, there was a guy in a truck filled with cones, and he was getting ready to cone that one. I flew past him all the way down. Went down to the main boulevards, and I've worked in the area a number of times, and it's just a giant grid, north, south, east, west. As long as you can tell where the sun is, you know where you need to go. So I hauled ass for the stadium, and when I got down there, it was bumper to bumper, just absolutely bumper to bumper, and nobody was moving. But that's the nice thing about having a motorcycle, is I rode in the bicycle lane, I rode in between the cars, I rode in the emergency lane on the left, I rode down the middle of the road, I got all the way up to the front of the stadium, and then, of course, there's no parking. They have blocked off 3/4 of the parking lot to the stadium. I mean, understandably so. You've got not only the president and vice president of the United States there, but you also have pretty much the entirety of his cabinet there at the event. So you can imagine how tight the security was, because, if somebody wanted to seriously mess up the administration of the United States right now, they had them all in one place at one time. So this place was, unbelievably secure. I walked literally straight up to Secret Service men, and we're like, "Whoa, sorry, mister." I got my little camera. I'm broadcasting. "Sorry, mister. Hey, just trying to figure out how to get in here." And what I was told initially was that the gates were going to open at 8 until 11, and that people could line up before that. So I went early thinking, okay, I know what it's like at a Trump rally. You want to get there early. So I got there early. Nope. I got very lucky, and I stashed my motorcycle. I went down a road that said local traffic only, and as I rode past the guy, I said, "I live here." He goes, "Go ahead." I parked my bike. I ran around the backside so he didn't see me. I beelined for the auditorium, the State Farm Arena. And after broadcasting for, 20 minutes, my phone started overheating, and it told me it's going to shut off. So I had to shut down my stream, and it kind of bothered me, because I was like, man. But at that point, it seemed like I wasn't getting in. Fortunately, I had my work phone with me, and I also get emails on that phone. So I've turned around, and I'm heading for my motorcycle when I get a little chime, and it says, "We have." So what they did is they opened the doors and they let everybody in. Well, everybody was milling about in the aisleways and standing, patriots do what patriots do. They stand around and bullshit. But as it got closer to the start time, they said, "All right, everybody, you got to take your seats." So they made everybody go to their seats, which was on a first-come, first-served basis. And in doing so, they realized they had a lot more seats. So they sent out an email that said, "Have you been turned away? turn around and come back, we have between 13 and 15,000 more seats to fill. So, man, I got the email when I'm standing around about 15, 20 people that we were all just, you know, bummed that we couldn't get in. I didn't say a word. I headed for gate 1, and I snuck in, and I got in. It's a good thing that I was single and alone, because if I had been there with like 2 or 3 of my friends, it probably would have been a whole lot. But I just weaseled. I made like a cow catcher, and I just wormed my way in there. Of course, I was in the nosebleed seats, but it didn't matter. It was one of the most amazing. I mean, the only thing I can equate it to is, I'm sure you've all read in your Bibles that when Moses was wandering through the desert, God appeared to them as a pillar of fire at night and as a cloud during the day. I kid you not. There was a cloud in the middle of that stadium. I have been to some really major sporting events in my life, okay? I have been to American League championship games. I have been to hockey games, hockey playoff games. I have been around some loud crowds in my life. And I'm telling you, I was at Cal Jam too, okay? There were 385,000 of us at Cal Jam 2, the rock concert, okay? Yeah, March 18th, 1978. I was there. This crowd in this building on this day was the loudest, most deafening experience I've ever witnessed in my life. I'm sure you saw it on television. There were times when certain speakers really just hit the mark, and the crowd would erupt. I'm telling you, I'm deaf, and it was deafening. I mean, there were people holding their ears because the people were cheering so loudly. It was so moving. It was something to behold. You know, I haven't been to that many spiritual outings that moved me. I was very fortunate in, I think 2009, maybe 2010, somewhere around there. I was in Pasadena, California, and I got to see the very, very last Billy Graham revival. I went to it. I attended it at the Rose Bowl there in Pasadena, and I'll tell you what, that was a very moving experience. But it doesn't hold a candle to what I experienced at this event. The sad thing for me was I got to see like the first 6, 7, maybe 8 speakers. I couldn't stay for the whole thing because, unfortunately, I still had a 6-hour ride across the desert from Phoenix all the way to Los Angeles, as you know, when I was done. So I left right when they were announcing Tulsi Gabbard. So I did not get to see, Trump or Trump Jr. or Vance or, but I saw the first, I don't know, 7, 8 speakers, and it was, folks, it was moving. It is something I will never forget for the rest of my life. So if I'm proud to say I've been anywhere, I would say I'm proud to say that I was there on January 6th, and I'm proud to say that I made it to Charlie Kirk's memorial. That is, it is really something. It was something to behold. I really left there. I, I it moved me in a way that I was like very quiet. I couldn't think of anything to say. I couldn't really think of anything to think. I was just for the entire rest of the trip through the desert. I was able to put the show on my phone and watch it from my handlebars and play it through my speakers all the way riding to Los Angeles. So I did get to see the rest of the event, but I was left speechless. I was really, really left speechless. It is something I'll never forget. Something I'll never forget. All right, we don't have a whole lack of time left, but I'm gonna take that leap of faith. I'm gonna take that leap of faith here. All right, I've put a number on the screen, and I'm going to invite you to call in. And if you got anything you want to chat about, I don't care. If you want questions about the Charlie Kirk thing, or questions about what it's like to ride a motorcycle across America, or you just want to call in and say, "Hey, Zo, how the hell you doing? How come you didn't come and see me?" I invite you to do that. I invite you to do just that. It looks like I have a call coming in right now. Let's make sure this is working. Can you hear me, my brother?
I can.
All right.
Although I hear a stream in the background.
You
Not
hear
me. I do. Hold on. Hello?
I gotcha. I got you loud and clear.
Hi. We didn't realize. Syl was just saying too. It's Spud, by the way.
Yeah.
We didn't realize you got in. We thought you had to go to like the overflow or something. That's amazing that you actually got to go into that memorial.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's just either divine intervention or pure luck or God smiled on me. I had given up hope, Spud. I was heading for my motorcycle. And then when they said, we've got another 13,000 seats, I'm like, whoa. And I just made a beeline for it. Thank God I wasn't that far from the entrance, so it worked out.
You're a tenacious son of a gun there, Zoso. I'll say that about you. That's one of the qualities I'll give to you is, man, you will work for it. You will go for it. I gotta tell you, brother, I watched that for about 7 hours. That's the longest single stream. I think I may have watched a Joey Mormon stream for maybe a half hour longer.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's the longest single stream I ever watched, and I have to tell you that I have not wept like that. Just out of sheer joy and just out of moving of the Holy Spirit,
yeah.
And to hear these people, all these politicians and stuff talk about the name of our Lord, and that's, dude, I was just overcome.
I was.
By the time it got to be 3 beer men time, I'm like, I don't even know if I could even talk anymore. I'm here for this show. I was a little late because Trump ran late, but like I don't know that I can fully like be here right now. I've just experienced.
I agree wholeheartedly. I do. I felt like I was. I mean, I know I was spiritually moved, but I was like made sober in a way that I'd never experienced before. It was, dude. It was. I came away from that like a changed person, you know?
Here's the thing is that it just, I don't, and this is a hard thing to explain, but my level of gratitude to the Lord just increased. I know that's a kind of a hard concept to explain, but just to see this, what I've been praying, just this pouring out of His Spirit. And I know you saw the cloud, His Shekinah glory. That cloud you saw was His Shekinah glory. few people get to see that, but when you do, and when you come under its influence, it changes you forever.
Dude.
Changes you forever, that Holy Spirit, when it moves on you like that.
I am telling you, dude, when I'm sad that I didn't get to see the latter parts. Dude, I probably would have wept like a baby when Erica got up and said her thing, because as I was driving down the freeway, normally I'm doing 100, and I was doing like 45. I was just like trying to take it in, and just it was so touching. It was so touching.
That ripped my guts out. Dude,
Oh.
That ripped my friggin' guts out. I was weeping like a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally, I was just, forget it. I mean, I have all pride set aside. There's nothing. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't care what people
was
think at
just
that
gone.
point. Yeah.
At that point now, I was just like, I can't believe, and just her like pulling it together and stuff like that. It was incredibly touching, and to hear all those people, who was incredibly impressive, and who actually, I was just like, dang, dude, I did not know you were this impressive, was Marco Rubio.
Yes.
You
yes.
listen to Marco Rubio.
Dude, that guy, he left me babbling.
Out. He just lays it out, lays out the gospel, lays out the whole thing, and says, here it is. This is good versus evil. This is what it is.
Yeah,
Man, that was an excellent.
I don't know the speaker's name. They had a bunch of evangelists first before they brought in the administration, and like the fourth guy, I wish I could remember his name, but he was the one that said, "You think you could silence him? You just awakened the monster." And he hit like all these point after point, and the crowd was getting louder and louder and louder, to the point where, Todd, it was deafening. It was deafening. I could feel the people screaming in my chest. It was, holy guacamole, moving. Really just... Wow, it's that one in a million. I mean, I have to say, I didn't know this was going to be a bucket list item, but I think the rest of my bucket list is complete, having done this. Wow.
Well, we're very glad as your friends and your fans, and I'm your brother, Zoso. I love you so much, and I'm just so glad that you got home
two-way
safely,
street,
and you got to have these experiences, and the amazing thing with Frank and stuff.
Oh, that was
what
just
amazing. We live vicariously through you in a way that's very important. I mean, it really is important.
Yeah.
Like, because you get to go and see these people and visit with them, and we can know, even though we physically can't do that, we can know what it's like because we know you.
I try to.
We know how you are, and so we know what it's like to know those people.
Yeah, I try to share it with you like you're right there with me. I mean, that's just. I have to tell you, dude. Frank was. He was so over the top wonderful to me that weekend. I saw him all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He met up with a very small group of people Sunday morning when everybody else had gone, and he invited me to come join him, and I was so moved. It was he's such a great guy, dude.
Class act.
He is.
Here's the thing.
He's 100%.
Class act.
He is
and
exactly.
Pray for him because.
Yeah.
Pray for Frank, because there's a thing that he's kind of missing. He's missing the faith grace aspect. Like listening to him and Rich tonight, they're talking about their works, and you hope that the good outweighs the bad, and that's not what it's about. It's about the grace of God. It's about faith.
Yeah.
It's about love. It's not about love. Doesn't hold a record of wrongs. God doesn't hold a record of wrongs against us. We come to Him. We tell Him, we admit our weaknesses to Him.
Yeah.
We say, hey, help us or whatever. And we can't be perfect. There's no way we can be perfect. But He's got such a good heart, man.
I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that, Todd. Coming from you, that means one heck of a lot. I will say this. I think I did get through to Frank that weekend. And I said, Frank, you got to take your show on the road. You need to rent a little mini Winnebago. And you and Lauren and Aurora, you keep saying on your show how you want to travel and see the country. I'll tell you where to go because I've gone. I've met the Franklies.
Well,
I know where they are. You know, you
well,
do one in
let's talk
Ohio.
about
You,
heat
yeah,
map.
yeah.
Heat map. He's developing a heat map. He like, well, it's not out here. It's obviously not going to
Yeah.
be out.
Oh no,
where
no,
we
no.
are.
Yeah.
But in the Midwest and stuff, man.
Oh my God, he's got
like,
so
that's
many
what's gonna
people.
hit me.
Yeah.
You got so many people he could draw
Right.
in that area, and he really should do that.
I
And
told
it's
him,
such a
hey man,
unique thing.
I'll ride along with you. I'll come
Yep.
and
That'd be
go
so
from
good.
city to city to city with you. It'd be so much fun. But, Todd, I appreciate your
really
call.
believe
man.
in Frank. Yeah, I appreciate you. I really believe in Frank. I think he, and you and me, obviously we would have known each other, but we wouldn't have been this close without Frank. And I love you, Zoso. Glad you're home safe.
You are the best,
Give my
my
love
brother.
to your beautiful girl out there, and
Yes,
you know,
indeed.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Great to talk to you, Todd. Thanks for calling.
right.
A true gentleman right there. That is T.L. Spud, for those of you who don't know, a wonderful man up in Washington who, man, he's as good as they come. Every time I go and I hang out with Spud, I end up sitting around bullshitting with him the next day when I should really be on the road, but we hang out talking for 2-3 hours. I'm just having so much fun with the guy. Floyd, is that you, my good man? I swear, if I ever meet a Sasquatch, I know that's exactly what he's going to sound like.
Probably. I'm glad you made it home.
Oh, brother.
I had no idea you were able to make it in to the Charlie Kirk memorial. That's absolutely amazing. I was
Oh,
watching
man.
it. We were actually live streaming. We showed from J.D. Vance through Erica and then President Trump.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was, after Trump spoke, we kind of had to end the live stream, but
I mean, how do you top that? I mean, even talking
Yeah.
about the event, how do you possibly top an experience? I was spent. I was emotionally spent after that. I mean, when it ended, I still had another 2.5 hours to drive to my sister's. And it was like in a daze. I mean, it was like I pointed my bike to Hollywood, and the next thing you know, I was there. I just lost all track of time and everything. I was like in another world. It was.
it was.
Yeah.
Well, I think we all can say it was pretty amazing.
Oh man.
It's just one of those things, though. But it's great to hear that you actually got in, because I honestly thought that with that live stream that you had done earlier, that you didn't make it in. So we were all just hoping and praying that you were on the road and being safe and everything else like that. But yeah, hearing you tonight that you got in is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I really did. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to. As I said, I was headed for my motorcycle, and then I got the text. In fact, I still have the text. I saved it. It's like a keepsake, Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Come back. We're letting more people in. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh my God. So I felt.
I bet you those red, white, and boots of yours were running like freaking
dude,
cartoon style.
I got so many freaking compliments over them because I wore those, and I wore my red, white, my American flag bandana, and I have 412 and on Adel Nero.
Yep.
His original show before he called it 412 Productions, he used to call it We the People.
We the People Insider.
Yeah,
Yep.
yes,
We
the People Insider, and I have it's like a 7-year-old shirt now. It's hanging together that was the only red, white, and blue shirt I had with me, so I wore it, and I sent him a text. I sent him a picture saying, Adel, I'm wearing your shirt to the Charlie Kirk Memorial.
Awesome. Oh, hey, I do want to tell you one thing. You remember my little fur babies, right? Mm-hmm. Kira and Tika?
Oh, yeah.
They've been wondering where you've been.
Dude, if I had the time, I would deliver this clock in person. I really would.
No worries. No worries.
But I have a funny feeling that you and I might need to lean on Cosmic Grandpa a little bit about understanding the app.
Hey, all I need is the app address. I'll download it and I'll figure it out.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Send me the app and I'll screw with it until I can figure it out, because I'm just, dude,
Right.
these things are amazing. And the coolest thing ever is when you get it, you're going to hook the power supply up to it and just plug it in the wall, and it's automatically going to go to the right time right before your eyes.
Oh, nice.
It's insane.
I'll tell you, here's I think the reason why her Warrior Girl had made that decision is because when she needed a computer, I bought her one.
That she
I literally bought her one, and
I think that
she was
really meant the world to her, buddy.
well, the other funny part is I also just a couple of days ago bought her a 4-week emergency food supply just in case she needed it.
Yeah.
So it's just like this particular clock that she forgot about. I guess it's, because I mean I saw the one that you showed when you did the video with Cosmic Grandpa.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh, that thing is amazing.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
love to have one. And now I do.
Yeah, I want to tell you. I want to tell you, Floyd. No kidding. The level, the amount of work, and the hours that he put into that thing. I mean, he designed it. He wrote a program that runs it. He dreamed it. He dreamed it up out of his imagination. Well, when you do this, the lights are going to swirl around, and it's mind-boggling how brilliant he is, and the fact that he shared it with us. But dude, I said to him, if I was to walk into a store and buy that off the shelf, I don't care if it said Zoso, dude, or if it said Nirvana, I'd pay $500 for that thing. That's how cool it is.
Oh,
So
easily.
I am.
You got one, and apparently I'm getting one.
You and me and Cosmac are in a very exclusive little club here, buddy.
Apparently so.
I think so.
I'm not even sure where I'm going to put that clock, but I definitely know it's going to be seen by the entire family. And maybe I'll build a shelf right next to the USS Foxhole, maybe above her.
Yeah.
Maybe below. I'm not sure, but
Dude, the color lights in it dance to music. So I'm going to use it out here on Saturdays during my show, and I'm going to make that sucker go off like a Roman candle.
sounds like a plan to me. When I do my live streams, matter of fact, I think I'll have it out there in the shop.
Yeah.
So when I do my live streams, it'll be there, and everybody can see it. And,
Oh man.
We can.
Yeah.
We can definitely have a great time with those. But yeah, I'm glad you made it to the Charlie Kirk memorial.
I feel blessed, dude. I feel very, very blessed. That was. I think God wanted me there. Is what happened. That's exactly what happened.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no worries. We showed every one of your videos that you made.
I saw that, dude. Thank you so much for helping promote the old boy down the road.
Hey, well, I'm hoping within the next couple of years, after I get this, Class A CDL job, I'm going after, instead of working for the post office. Thank goodness I no longer have to deliver mail.
You're done. You're done with them.
Yep, completely done.
Good for you. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah. And that happened when I went to the Skagit City Trucking School. I was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm not going back.
Wow. Good for you.
So now, and then starting to see all kinds of things where all the illegal aliens that have CDLs are losing their CDLs.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, perfect.
There you go.
Perfect timing.
I love it.
Now all the rates are going to run up. Yep. So, but yeah, with the next couple of years or so, I think I'll be running alongside you when you do your next tour across the country.
That'd be great.
Heck yeah.
Sounds good, my brother.
I'll be rolling on a Ducati, but hey, that's the only bike I can ride right now until certain parts of my back get repaired. But until then, hey,
It'll work
we'll
just
see
fine.
a Harley and a Ducati riding alongside each other.
It'll work just fine. I've got an empty rack on the back. We can throw all your stuff on that. Yep. All right, my friend.
Oh, no worries. No
dude.
worries. I'll be getting a DeVille, the Ducati DeVille, the cruiser.
I love
And I
you.
can throw
I
bags
love you,
on
my
that.
brother. And Floyd, I really mean this. Due diligence. You are an amazing human being. Thank you, and Girl Patriots, so much for your support along the road. You guys were tremendous, just tremendous.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks,
you're
my
welcome.
friend.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Take care, brother. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Another amazing human being right there. Due diligence. Another Washingtonian. Wow, a couple of calls from Washington this evening. Oh, we got a Texan on the line right now, baby. Yes, we do. I got Girl Patriot calling in. What are you doing, little lady? How is it going?
Hi, Zoe.
Wonderful
Hey.
to hear from you.
You're looking good. I love the shirt.
Isn't
Man,
it just the
that's
coolest
awesome.
freaking shirt you've ever seen?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh man, when he pulled it out, the Batman gave this to me. He goes, Zoe, I've been saving this for you. I've been waiting to give this to you, and I looked at it and just went, oh man, out of this
Yeah.
world, out of this world.
Yeah, out of this world is a great description. Hey,
And-
listen, I wanted to tell you,
Yeah.
I went to the butcher, and I says, I want the best hot Italian sausage you have. So he takes me to this package area, and I says, no. I looked at it, I says, no, I know you got some back because I've got it before, back in the cooler. And so I made him go back and get that Italian sausage for you.
That was, I'm telling you, that was the finest breakfast. I loved it. I mean, I rode out of there. My stomach was smiling from ear to ear. From hip to hip. It was so awesome. I got to tell you how much I appreciated getting to hang out with you and your hubby and just, learning more about who you guys are. I wish I could share with everybody how freaking amazing you guys are. But unfortunately, it's classified. But, holy smokes, what an interesting couple these two are.
Yeah. You're probably going, man, I can't believe I'm staying here.
I mean,
Two people.
your husband had me riveted with his stories. I was like, you were there, and you were. I mean, wow,
Yeah.
what an interesting life! Holy moly! And
Well, we look at you.
you're no slouch yourself, sister. Pretty cool
We-
stuff.
We looked at you, though. I mean, it was fun to jump on the back of your Harley virtually and ride along all these places. I mean, I had to take motion sickness pills. But when you got to the Philadelphia Museum Rocky Steps,
Oh yeah.
you're going, da-da-da,
Oh,
da-da-da. I go, all right. I've never been, oh my gosh, this is great. I love that show.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of pull over, and I'm like, all right, he's going to do the steps.
You have no idea how badly I wanted to go all the way up because there is a statue of him now at the top of those stairs. You could barely see it in the video, but it's like 14 feet tall, and yeah, I really wanted to go up to it. Man, I was so pressed on time on this trip. I mean, I realize now I have to do it in 4 weeks.
Right. But
The issue for me is, I get 2 weeks vacation. And I save up all of my sick time, so I kind of live, hand to mouth, paycheck wise. So, I'm counting on my paychecks every Friday. When I take that 4th week, I have no income that week. So, I really bite the bullet when I come home on that one. But, but next year I'm definitely doing it in 4 weeks. I mean, I got to spend 3 freaking days with my mom. I can't show up one day and then leave the next. It's so wrong. It isn't funny, So
Well, I appreciate all the sailors that are nice to me. Do Artist 61 and Trick Pony because
so wonderful.
I didn't get to see them, and I got to see you this time. So I hope they're not upset, but I appreciate you taking us on that trip. And but I thought it was funny that you stopped and got ice cream instead of doing those stairs.
It's much more my style.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
Well,
thank
thanks for
you.
coming so far south.
Thank
Really
you for welcoming me
Georgia.
into your home and putting me up so wonderfully. It was a pleasure to hang out with you and your husband and your couple little dogs, and it was a great time. It was a great
Yeah.
man. I slept like a baby. It was great. It was great.
Well, bring your sweetheart down here, and we'll hit the river walk. And
Oh man, she would
someday.
seriously love it, man. San Antonio
Yeah.
is such a great town. You know, how can you not like it? The Alamo. I didn't even get to go to the Alamo, for God's sake.
I know.
You know,
Next time,
you bet. Next time I'll have
we'll do
more time.
fajitas.
All right, love you,
I'll let you
sister.
go.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
calling.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That, my friends, is Girl Patriot from San Antonio, Texas. One of my major mods on my program, and just a sweetheart of a woman, as good as they come. After you know somebody for a couple of years, and then you finally get to meet them in person, and it's like, wow, you know, it's awesome when they're even more amazing in person than they are, online or as you know them. She's called in a number of times. By the way, she's an incredible vocalist. I really need to play some of her music on this show. She can sing like the angels, and man, some more. My friend Patriot from Warsaw looks like he put something up. Let me take a look at this. What is this? Let's see what he's showing. Let's see what he's suggesting. What is he suggesting over there? Ah, excellent. I will watch that right after the show. Patriot from Warsaw. Thank you. Thank you kindly. You are so right, brother. You are so right. The world. But I don't know if you got to see the Charlie Kirk Memorial Patriot from Warsaw, but I'll tell you what. I really felt like, the prayer. If we cry out God's name, He will hear us and He will heal our land. I truly feel that our land is in the process of being healed right now. I've never believed that more than I have right now. I really think it is. We are living in some of the most amazing times ever. I mean, seriously, this period of time that we are living in right now will be viewed in the future history books as a very amazing passage in American history, and I'm proud to say I was part of it. Folks, I think I'm going to fold her up right here. It feels comfortable. It feels like a good place to stop. I really want to thank all of the people, all of the people who have donated to the show this evening. Thank you to TL Spud and Lynn Winters, Cosmic Grandpa, and wait, there's more. Dandy 002, Bad Zoot. Thank all of you. Thank all of you for the lemon love over there. You are wonderfully wonderful. I'm going to throw a little something in that chest. Now wait, they've changed this now, so I don't know. Oh crap! I accidentally hit the release the rewards before I put anything in the treasure chest. That stinks. So, hey, be prepared to win like 1.7 lemons, everybody. Boy, is that embarrassing. Okay, it's been a while, okay? I got to get back on that Riken ride again. I want to see who wins 5. Yeah, look, Spud got 3.6, 2.4, and 2. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But I'm glad to see you guys win them. I accidentally released the treasure chest before I could put any lemons in there. So forgive me. Forgive me, my friends. It happens. It's been a long week. It's been a long 3 weeks. Over here in at D Live, God Almighty, Zoe, go to bed. Go to bed. You're falling apart. Over here at the home of free speech in America, I'm talking Pilled Foxhole. Yes, Pilled Foxhole. Wait, how do I remove that? How do I remove that? There we go. Delete. There it is. Yes, delete that. Boom. Over here at Pilled Foxhole, I am releasing the Scratchin'. The Scratchin' is hereby released and coming your way. There it is. There it is. People are winning gold pills right now. Thank you, everybody. Thank you over at Rumble. I appreciate you ever so much. You guys are the best. Honey Bliss, nice to see you. Everybody over in YouTube land, wonderful to have you aboard. Thanks for coming by. Bill Foxhall, you're the freaking bomb. You are the bomb. To my dear friends over there in Lemon Land, you know I love you. Thanks, everybody. And at Twitch as well. All of you blow my mind. Again, and I mean this ever so sincerely, to the wonderful people who supported me along the road with the quote-unquote Guest Tank Club. You're amazing. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, but at some point, a little surprise is going to show up in your mailbox. I'm going to be playing a little financial catch-up here for the next month or so, but eventually I'll be treading water again. And when I do, I'm going to send out personal thank yous, more than just a card in the mail. I have sent some of those out to some people, but no, I'm going to get you guys a little something special because you made my trip so special. And honestly, you carried me, and I appreciate you so much. Everyone, I'm going to rock the boat. I'm going to get the heck out of here. It's been that long of a day for me. There is a pillow calling my name somewhere. Thanks, each and every one of you, for hanging out with me. I'm going to boogity boogity shoo. Do I have a goodbye video I can play? Yeah. I think I'm going to do this one. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. This is just a great way to say goodnight. That way I can say some personal thank yous in the chat while this is playing. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Once again, Zoso dude. Whoops. How did I do that? Oh, God. It must really be easy to be. I've had a... It feels like a really long life right now. It does. All right. All right, folks. Zoe is hitting the highway. Thanks for hanging out with me. While I play this video, I'm going to figure out where to send you. We're going to raid somebody. Love and blessings to all. Take care, my friends. Know that your brother Zoe loves you from the bottom of his heart. We'll see you on the flip side. Yes, we will. know, if anybody is still listening, I'm such a dolt. I forgot to tell everybody that the Foxhole Squares is returning this Saturday night. I meant to mention this at the top of the show. Look for the Foxhole Squares Season 2 starting this Saturday night. Yes, it's going to air at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. A new time, Saturday night, on the Foxhole, on the Coffee Talk with Sandra channel. I hope you will join us. Good night, everybody.